Welcome to the class, children. How are you all? Hope that you are all fine. Bless you all in the Lord's name, children. Hope that you did your midterm test well. Children, we are going to continue History Unit 2 from Trade to Territory. Let's recap what we learned so far. The previous class, we started learning Anglo-Marathas. Marathas were the famous empire during 18th century, which was created by Shivaji, the great Chhatrapati Shivaji. After his death, the Mughals, they tried to destroy the Maratha empire. After the death of Shivaji, who controlled Marathas? Different type of Peshwas. Peshwas at Pune, Gaikwads at Baroda, Bhonsle at Nagpur, Kolkas at Indoor, and Scindias at Gwalior. But they were weakened because of their internal rivalries, lot of internal conflict among the Marathas that was best utilized by the British in their expansionist policy. The first Anglo-Maratha War, 1775 to 1782, the internal conflicts among the Marathas led to the Anglo-Maratha Wars. What was the cause for the first Anglo-Maratha War? Yes, the death of Narayan Rao, who was a Peshwa there. After the death of Peshwa, his natural heir should be the next Peshwa. But Narayan Rao had an infant, born infant only there. That's why Raghunath Rao became the Peshwa, but it was not accepted by Nana Patnavis. That man was the important reason for the internal conflicts among the Marathas. Then Raghunath Rao approached the British for help. They signed a treaty of Surat. According to that, Warren Hastings, he sent Colonel Upton to defeat the Nana Patnavis forces. So in 1781, Warren Hastings and with the help of Captain Popham defeated the Maratha chief, that is Magadaji Scindia, in a number of battles, small battles at Gwalior. Later on 17th May 1782, there is a treaty of Salbai was signed between Warren Hastings and Magadaji Scindia forces. So it resulted in the Raghunath Rao was pensioned off and Madhav Rao II was accepted as the Peshwa, but he was an incapable person. The Treaty of Salbai established the British influence in the Indian politics. After that also there was the internal affairs in the Marathas. Even after the first Anglo-Maratha War, there were internal affairs of the Marathas continued between Nana Patnavis forces and Magadaji Scindia forces. Madhav Rao too, who was the young Peshwa, tried to improve the affairs but could not check the rivalry of the Maratha chiefs. But Magadaji Scindia died in 1794, and who became the next leader there? His grandnephew Daulat Rao Scindia. So the problem between Daulat Rao Scindia and Nana Patnavis continued there. And Madhav Rao II, he committed suicide and died. And Bajirao II, who was the worthless son of Raghunath Rao, he became the Peshwa. Okay? So the death of Nana Patnavis in 1800 gave the British an added advantage of interfering in the internal affairs of the Marathas a lot. On the other hand, the Holkars and Scindia, that is Jaswant Rao Holkar and Daulat Rao Scindia, they were also fighting. The combined force of the Scindia and Peshwa were defeated in 1802 and they captured the city. Bajirao II approached Lord Wellesley. So whenever the problem comes there, that people, if they went on unity among themselves, means the British didn't interfere in their internal affairs. But these people immediately, one of them approached the British for help. So here who approached the British for help? Peshwa Bajirao II. So the Treaty of Basin was signed. In other words, it is called the Treaty of Subsidiary Alliance. Lord Wellesley introduced the subsidiary alliance in India, especially for expanding the British power in India. So in 1802 it happened, an immediate Treaty of Basin. The British group marched under Commander Arthur Wellesley towards Pune and restored the Peshwa to his position. They supported Peshwa Bajirao II. So still the Holkar and vanished from Maratha capital, but they formed alliance and wanted to defeat the British force in India. This class we are going to see the second and third Anglo-Maratha War. Second Anglo-Maratha War, the duration was 1803 to 1805. So the acceptance of subsidiary alliance by the Peshwa was not liked by Daulat Rao Scindia and Raghojee Bhonsle. So they wanted to save the Marathas' independence, because when they joined under the subsidiary alliance, they would lose their independence. So, but the well-prepared and the organized army of the English under the Arthur Wellesley defeated the combined forces of Scindia and Bhonsle. So the English forces them to conclude a separate subsidiary alliance treaty under the name Treaty of Diojan, that is Treaty of Shruji Arjun Khan, respectively in 1803. So Yashwant Rao Holkar, who was also known as Jaswant Rao Holkar, he was undefeated. Who were defeated? Daulat Rao Scindia and Raghojee Bhonsle were defeated by the Wellesley forces, and they were compelled to sign treaties at Degogan and also at Surji. Okay, In 1803 it was happened, and but who was not did not defeated by the British? Yashwantrao Holkar was not defeated by the British. Yashwantrao Holkar did not participate in the war so far. He plundered the territory of Jaipur, and in 1804 the English declared war against him. Holkar made an attempt to form coalition with the Indian rulers to fight against the British. Coalition means there is a unity among the Indian rulers. He called upon some of the Indian rulers to fight against the British. But his attempt proved unsuccessful. Marathas were defeated and reduced to British and isolated from one another. So after the Second Anglo-Maratha War in 1805, the Maratha power was gradually weakened. English East India Company started becoming the paramount power in India because three important people were defeated in the Second Anglo-Maratha War. Who are all they? One is Daulat Rao Scindia, another one is Raghoji Bhonsle, and third important person was the Yashwantrao Holkar. Third Anglo-Maratha War. Duration of the war was 1817 to 1818. So it was the final and decisive conflict between the British East India Company and the Maratha Empire in India. It began with an invasion of the Marathas territory by the British East India Company troops. The troops were led by Governor General Hastings and was supported by General Thomas Hislop. So at the time, who was the Governor General of British? Governor General Hastings, and he was supported by a great general, Thomas Hislop. The third Anglo-Maratha War. Who was the main opponent of the British means Peshwa Bajirao II. I remember this man. This man was signed the subsidiary alliance in 1802. He asked the help from the British and accepted the Treaty of Basin, which was a subsidiary alliance. Now he realized that that was the mistake. So he wanted to defeat the British, wanted to put down their power over the Marathas. So the Peshwa Bajirao II forces, followed by those of Mudaji II of Bhonsle and Malhar Rao Holkar III of Indur. So they rose against the British. But Daulat Rao Scindia of Gwalior, he remained neutral. He did not participate in the war. But what happened means the Peshwas, they defeated in battles of Kadaki and battles of Koregan, and several minor battles are also fought between the Peshwa forces. They prevented his capture, but Bhonsle was defeated in the battle of Sitpaldi, and Holkar was in the battle of the Mahidpur. All the three people combined forces were defeated by the British in several wars. Who were the three people? Bajirao II, and another one was the Udoji II Bhonsle, and also then Mahalkar Rao Holkar III of Indu. All these people were defeated, and the British had a complete success over the Marathas after the Third Anglo-Maratha War. The whole Maratha came under British control. So results of the Third Anglo-Maratha War. So Third Anglo-Maratha War was the final and decisive conflict between the British and the Maratha Empire, because the Maratha Confederacy was dissolved and the Peshwaship was abolished. So those were the famous Maratha empires brought by Chhatrapati Shivaji. It came to an end in 1818 by the defeat of these Peshwas. After abolishing the Peshwaship, most of the territory of the Peshwa Bajirao II was annexed to the British Empire and became a part of the Bombay Presidency, one of the presidency ruled by the British. Bengal, Bombay and Madras were the presidencies of the British in India. So the defeat of the Bhonsle and Holkar, it resulted in the acquisition of the Marathas kingdoms of Nagpur and Indur by the British. So far what happened due to the failure of the Marathas in the Third Anglo-Maratha War? Maratha Confederacy was dissolved, Peshwaship was abolished, most of the territories of the Peshwa Bajirao II was annexed and became a part of Bombay Presidency, and the defeat of the Bhonsle and Holkar resulted in the acquisition of the Marathas kingdoms of Nagpur and Indur by the British. So at last, the Bajirao II, the last Peshwa of the Marathas, was given an annual pension of 8 lakh rupees. So who was the great Peshwa of the Maratha Empire? Now he was dismissed from his position and he was given a pension of 8 lakh rupees by the British. So what was the condition of the Marathas? The main reason for the defeat of the Marathas, especially all the Indian small rulers at that time, were no unity among them. So children, you must keep it in mind. We should be united, then only we should not be defeated by anyone. Children, this class we have learned Second Anglo-Maratha War and the Third Anglo-Maratha War. Both the war were decisive battles for the Marathas, because in both the war they were defeated by the British, especially the role played by the British under the Lord Hastings, Lord Wellesley, and those who were supported by their general like Thomas Hislop, and they defeated the Marathas under the leadership of Peshwas, Bonsals, Holkar. Everybody was defeated. And what happened? The Maratha conference was dissolved, Peshwaship was abolished, and the Peshwa Bajirao territories became under the Bombay territory. The Bonsal and Holkar, they were defeated, and their places of Nagpur and Indore also conquered by the British people. And Peshwa Bajirao II, he was the last Peshwa of Maratha. He was given the pension of 8 lakh rupee per year. Hope that you enjoy the class, children. Let us meet in live class. Okay, children. Thank you all. God bless you, dear children.